put a spell on you. Cause you're mine.
Hello there, Movie Club. Welcome to a Halloween edition of Easy Chair Review for the movie Hocus Pocus. This is a good film. It's a fun film. I remember seeing it when it first came out, and it's been pretty much a Halloween staple ever since. Disney likes to roll this one out, and you can see why. It's a fun little film. A little scary, but not too scary. I mean, not a big horror thriller, but, you know, a good family Halloween movie, which is really just fun to watch. And of course, it actually is a Halloween movie. I mean, it takes place, you know, during Halloween. We like to watch, you know, any sort of scary or creepy movie during Halloween. But it's not really a Halloween movie unless it's set during Halloween, and this one is. So, you know, it qualifies. So the basic rundown on this one is that in present-day Salem, 3 kids resurrect 3 witches who had been hung in Salem for witchcraft hundreds of years ago. And hijinks ensue as the witches only have one night in order to, you know, suck the souls from children in order to keep their resurrection permanent. And, you know, obviously they're going to choose to hunt down the 3 kids who brought them back to life. So the 3 witches are the Sanderson sisters, played by Bette Midler, Catherine Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker. And you can tell they're having a lot of fun with these roles, especially Bette Midler. You know, she's chewing on the scenery every time, but she's loving every minute of it. And just, it's fun to watch. And while the story's fun, it is a little predictable. I mean, you see all the basic beats that you would expect. Particularly, you know, the jokes that they make about the witches from, you know, the 17th century having come back to modern day and not understanding a whole lot about what's going on around them. But it's fun, you know, you get your laughs, and like I said, they're having fun playing the parts, so, you know, it's good to watch. With the 3 protagonists, the kids, we actually get some familiar territory as well, 2 of them being brother and sister. A couple of years apart, so there's obviously some rivalry, some friction between the 2, but it resolves itself in the end, and we get a valuable family lesson. Yeah, I, you know, kind of poke fun at being a little cliche, but it's supposed to be, and like I said, it's just entertaining to watch, so you don't knock it too harshly for it. So while, yeah, the story is a little predictable, it's entertaining to watch, and for a fun little Halloween movie, you know, you don't expect too much more. Other than that, you know, the special effects were done pretty well. They still kind of hold up today. I mean, the computer animated effects have progressed a little bit, but the practical effects are good. And it's not supposed to be really creepy, just creepy enough for kids, so I think it succeeds there as well. And there is the one scene that is kind of one of my favorites, and that's when the witches chase the kids into the grown-up party, and Bette Midler, you know, burst out into song to put a spell on all the grown-ups, and does so by singing Nina Simone's "I Put a Spell on You." Not as good as the Nina Simone version, but she has fun with it, and it, you know, was basically an excuse to put Bette Midler to sing. But, you know, again, one of my favorite scenes because it's just kind of fun. One of the things I find interesting in the approach they had to this is that the normal witch-child conflict involves generally some form of cooking and then eating. Whereas in this one, it's pretty much, you know, the witches brew a potion which allows them to suck the soul out of a child. And I'm not sure which is actually more terrifying. I mean, there's a visceral reaction to being eaten, but having your soul sucked out is pretty bad as well. So it is an interesting little twist, but I think it works out well for a Disney film because you're not confronted with the gruesome imagery of kids being chopped up and eaten. So, yeah. So I'm going to say, yeah, if you haven't seen this film, go ahead and watch it, although it's tough to imagine somebody who's been around for the past few years who hasn't seen this one come Halloween because it generally floods the channels. And again, because it's a fun little story. A little creepy, but not too terrifying. Again, for the little ones, but a good family film. And sometimes if you're just like looking for a little Halloween fare that's not, you know, uber scary, you know, it's good just to kick back and watch this one. So that's my Halloween review for the movie Hocus Pocus. Go ahead and leave your comments below on what you thought about the film. And go ahead and check out all the other Movie Club Strikes Back reviews for this film because they got great things to say, and subscribe to those channels. And until next time, keep doing what you do.